I swear I've never felt my blood turn cold as fast as it did in that moment. My brother's laugh echoed across the briefing room, sharp and mocking, bouncing off the steel walls like he owned the place. "She's not even on the list," he snickered, jabbing a thumb toward me as if I was some kind of stray someone forgot to shoo away. And then, just as I felt my face start to burn with embarrassment, the general, yes, the General Marcus Thorne, the man whose name carried weight like gravity, slowly turned toward us, looked directly at me and said in a tone so calm it sliced deeper than any shout, "Admiral Hayes will remain exactly where she is." That was the moment the entire room fell silent, and that's when I realized something bigger than my brother's petty arrogance was unfolding. So now I need to ask you, because even today I still question myself, was I wrong for what I did after that? Would you have reacted differently if your own brother tried to erase you from your life's greatest accomplishment? You see, that moment didn't just happen out of nowhere. It was the climax of years of tension, rivalry, jealousy, and manipulation that had been building up like pressure in a submarine hull. And the thing is, I never tried to compete with my brother. I never wanted to prove I was better. I only ever wanted to serve, to do my job, to make my own name. But he couldn't stand it. He couldn't stand that I, the younger sibling, the quiet one, the one he always teased for being too stuck in the books, had risen through the ranks so fast that even he was forced to take notice. It's funny, because when we were kids, he used to brag about how he'd be some big military hero one day, while I'd just be the nerdy sister who corrects everyone's grammar. But life doesn't care about playground predictions, and I guess nothing bruises a fragile ego like being proven wrong by the very person you underestimate most. Anyway, let me go back to the start before I get ahead of myself. I grew up idolizing the Navy. My mother served. My aunt served. My grandfather served. Our walls were covered in medals, photos, plaques, folded flags, reminders of sacrifice and duty. It was our family's oxygen. But while I soaked all that up like a sponge, my brother Mark took it a little too far. For him, it wasn't about service. It was about glory. He wanted to be the hero, the center of attention, the one our relatives toasted at dinners. He needed admiration the way some people need caffeine. So when we both enlisted, it didn't shock anyone. What did shock people was how differently we performed. Mark had charisma, confidence, leadership presence, everything that looks great on paper and in interviews. I had discipline, strategy, and the ability to remain calm when everyone else froze. It didn't make me flashy, but it made me effective. And it didn't take long for higher-ups to notice. By the time I was in my late 20s, I'd been fast-tracked through several commanding positions, recognized for operations that required precision and nerve. Meanwhile, Mark, well, he was doing fine, but I could feel his resentment simmering. Every time someone in the family bragged about me instead of him, he tried to hide it, but jealousy has a scent, and he wore it like cologne. Fast forward a few years, and both of us ended up assigned to a high-level strategic project known as Operation Helios. I obviously can't share classified specifics, but I can tell you it involved coordinated naval intelligence, new defense technology, and a cross-branch leadership team. It was the kind of thing most officers dreamed of, the kind of thing that shaped careers, and the kind of thing that would eventually expose just how far my brother was, willing to go to undermine me. The selection committee was brutal. Evaluation after evaluation, testing under pressure, strategic simulations, panel interviews, behavioral analysis. It was like being put under a microscope that could see into your veins. But I didn't mind. I thrived under pressure. I always have. And apparently, I impressed the right people, because eventually rumors started circulating that I was not only being considered for the operation, but for one of the top command roles. Naturally, Mark caught wind of this too. And naturally, he didn't take it well. He started making snide comments at home. Petty little digs like, "Let's be real. They're just filling a quota." Or, "You probably only made it this far because you know how to say the right things in interviews." I ignored him at first. But as the selection date approached, he got bolder. He'd accidentally leave my name off shared reports. He'd volunteer for tasks that were meant for both of us, then submit them without crediting me. He wasn't just trying to sabotage me, he was trying to erase me. Then the day of the final briefing arrived. The room was packed. Officers lined in rows, hushed voices hovering like smoke. A huge digital display behind the general lit up with names, those chosen to lead the operation. Mark was 3 seats away from me. I could practically feel the tension radiating from him. And then the list appeared. And that's when everything went off the rails. Mark wasn't on it. But I was. My name appeared high, very high, under a title I hadn't even dared to hope for yet. Admiral Alexandra Hayes. Yep, me, the nerdy kid, the one he thought would never outrank him. So what did my mature grown-up brother do? He laughed. Not a normal laugh. A full-on mocking, derisive cackle that made the officers around us turn their heads. Then he pointed right at me like we were back in elementary school and blurted, "She's not even on the list." I swear the humiliation hit me so fast I almost couldn't breathe. For a split second, I actually questioned myself. Did I misunderstand? Did they mean someone else? But then General Thorne turned, slowly, deliberately, and delivered that line with the weight of a sledgehammer. Admiral Hayes will remain exactly where she is. The room froze. My brother froze. I didn't move. I couldn't. It was like time had folded in on itself. And that's when I realized I wasn't imagining it. This had been an attack. A public attempt to humiliate me, to discredit me, to make everyone question my legitimacy. And that brings me back to my question. What would you have done? Because things only escalated from there. And I need to know if you think I went too far. Before I tell you what happened, seriously, pause for a second and think about it. If your own sibling tried to ruin your career, the career you bled for, what would you do? Tell me in the comments whether you'd confront them, expose them, ignore them, or something else entirely. Because the choice I made, well, some people say it was justified, and others say it was ruthless. All right, here's what happened next. After the briefing ended, Mark stormed out, face red, jaw clenched so tight I thought his teeth might shatter. I followed him into one of the empty side corridors. I wasn't planning to yell. I wasn't planning to fight. I just needed a straight answer. Why? Why humiliate me publicly? Why try to erase my name? Why sabotage my work for months? But when he turned around, before I could say a word, he spat out, "You don't deserve this. You never did. They only picked you because they're trying to look progressive. Because you're a woman. Because you're a Hayes and they feel nostalgic about Mom and Grandpa. You think any of this is about your skill?" It was like a punch to the chest. I told him calmly that our evaluations had been anonymous, that the committee didn't even see names or genders, that decisions were made purely on performance metrics, but he didn't want to hear it. He'd built his entire identity around being the chosen one, the future hero, and I had threatened that fantasy simply by existing. He shoved past me and muttered, "I'll fix this." Don't worry. At the time, I didn't fully understand what that meant. I do now. That night, someone attempted to access classified files using my credentials. Files related to Operation Helios. Files I had never even touched yet. Someone was trying to frame me for breaching protocol. And since the system logs everything, it didn't take cybersecurity long to determine the breach. Came from a device associated with Mark. He had tried to hack into my account. He had tried to destroy everything I'd worked for, and that's when I made my choice. I reported him. I gave a full statement, provided every incident from the past 6 months, shared logs, timestamps, messages, discrepancies in his reports. I exposed everything he had done, everything he had attempted, everything he had risked. My statement triggered an internal investigation. Within 24 hours, he was suspended. Within 72 hours, he was stripped of rank. Within a week, he was facing discharge. He begged me to retract the report. Our mother pleaded with me. Our aunt called in tears. Relatives said I was tearing the family apart. But no one, not one person, asked the more important question. Why did he do what he did? Why was I expected to stay quiet while he tried to ruin me? Operation Helios launched without him. I served as Admiral, and we succeeded. The aftermath was brutal. My family was divided. Holidays were tense. My brother didn't speak to me for a year, but slowly reality sank in. He started therapy. He admitted, privately, that jealousy had consumed him to the point of madness. That losing the position hurt, but losing his integrity hurt more. That he had to face the fact that I had earned my title through discipline, not privilege. We're rebuilding now, carefully, slowly, like patching holes in a ship that almost sank. But even now, sometimes late at night, I still wonder if I could have handled it differently, if reporting him was justice or betrayal, if protecting my career meant destroying his. And that's why I'm sharing this story. So here's my final thought. Sometimes the people closest to you become the ones who try hardest to pull you down. Not because they hate you, but because they hate what your success reflects back at them. And sometimes, doing the right thing means doing the painful thing. If you think I was justified, like this video. If you think my brother had it coming, subscribe for more stories like this. And please tell me in the comments, was I wrong? What would you have done? I'll see you all in the next story.